Hood movie review. Hood movie review. Hood movie review. Watch us on YouTube.
Is this thing on?
You ain't getting no zigzags. You don't get no drig drags.
That's the part right there. I want to talk about that.
So, nigga, that shit rhyme. I'm harder than Run DMC. I'm gonna get fucking rappers sell a whole album about weed.
Weed album.
Call it the weed album.
I listen to it too.
This is the Hood movie review. Here's your host, of course, the bad guy spoken himself, Kenny. We got to the right. We got TK, aka Mr. Unbiased.
Yes, sir. That's me.
And then we got down there, we got Sledge.
Down there? Yeah. I guess I am down.
We are reviewing The Wood.
Oh, it's a good movie right there.
Great
And,
movie.
it
Must
must be like Friday movies.
5.
You guys are getting a different kind of story this time. You know, it's not, where they need money by the end of the night.
Every time
to fix their situation and pops out and take a shit right after talking about life. It's gonna be a little something different. This is the coming of age hood movie. You got it's more relatable. It's not about guns and butter. It's it's Big Mike, about Big Mike, Slim, and Roland. The movie starts off, we see a wedding taking place, and the groom cannot be found.
MIA.
And every hood movie starts off with narration. This was a little different though. This one, he's talking directly to the camera. It's not like we just hear it, like we just hear it from in the background. Like he's talking to us, like we're part of the wedding, which I thought was cool. I thought that was cool how they did that.
He's the narrator.
Yeah, he's the narrator still, but he just did a little different. That's what I do mess with this movie. This movie, like it's a lot different than your average hood movie.
5.
So we're at Roland's wedding. Like I say, it's starring Big Mike, Roland, and Slim.
You gonna call that nigga Roland?
That's what they said his name was. It was Roland.
They called him Rose. They called him Rose.
Right. Nobody calling you in it.
They were saying Roland the whole movie.
I'm not calling that nigga Ken though either. So I mean,
Call him Kitty. We call him by a fucking nickname.
So we're at Roland's wedding. There's nowhere to be found. And Slim says to the camera, he said, if he didn't want to get married, he shouldn't have wasted everybody's goddamn time with this damn wedding. It's $100 suit.
He said, nigga, these is $300 shoes. These $30. He said, how much they cost you?
How much they cost you? How much they cost you? He knew it.
They came on the back of a truck. So we flash back to 86.
Woo, shit.
Third school in 5 years.
Back in the day.
I've been through that. I've been through that myself.
Yes.
As he moves from, what was it? Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Winston-Salem,
California. He meets
that's a culture shock.
Yeah,
it was a culture shock. And I have one reason for why, too.
Go ahead, say it.
He said, so what set you from? He said, you cousin, you blood. He said, nah, I'm from North Carolina. I don't know nothing about that. You feel me? That right there kept it real. And there was also, one of the, I'm not going to say one of the greatest rappers said, that was an LA thing, but it seemed like niggas like to follow the trends. That's just something he said, though.
Just think about that.
The GOAT.
The guy? No.
Because he met up with Slim and Roland. He met up with Slim and Roland. Talking about who's better looking. Vanity or Apollonia.
Go ahead.
He said, who's better looking?
Vanity
or Apollonia?
Vanity?
He said, he said, what? Vanity? And he's like,
Vanity?
and he asked him if he got blood. And he was like, so obviously he's clueless about all his questions because they explained it to him. They said, listen, out here, if you want to make it, you gotta be either a gang member or a hooper. And he said, he said, he's like, you'll be a pimp like me. He said, oh, you know
I like
what?
to be clean.
Yeah. He said, you know what? You might as well just hang with us. And that nigga said, he's a baseball. He said, you might as well just stick with us.
He said, baseball.
That's not white boys that control the shit.
But I do like the fact, like, I like this because just like you said, it's a culture shock. With this one, he didn't know about the codes. Like, LA, because, well, not LA, just all of California has little codes.
Right.
You from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You ain't got Bloods and Crips out there. Like
I like that hat.
KKK.
I'm gonna wait.
You got the KKK in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Because we're here, you can't just come in here and just live. You gotta respect the codes. Like the different codes you gotta go through here. So we get to the classroom. Alicia shows up, and Big Mike, he fall in love at first sight. She bad as hell to him.
Mm-hmm.
And when the I'm trying to remember, Roland was like, "Hey, I'm gonna spit that game real quick." So I spit that game real quick, and he was like, "Hey, Alicia, what did he say?" I'm trying to remember exactly what he said. Didn't he just say, "How you doing?" Like, no. He said, "You looking good today," something like that. You looking good today. They gave her a wink, and she was like, "Okay, nigga."
Right.
Whatever, nigga.
And while that's going on, the teacher's like, "Hey, we have a new student. Come up here and introduce yourself." And
he stood up. He said, "Stand up and introduce yourself." He stood up.
Yeah. The man was hard. He was hard.
He was thinking about doing some things to Alicia.
Yeah. He just got to look at Alicia.
I want to do some things. I would love it. He's like a home run in like that. He's like, man, I'm like, what is it like? I would love to knock her out in a home run with Alicia.
Think of baseball. It's the first base, second base. And I like to hit a home run with Alicia.
That's on the walk up to the front.
Yeah. He said,
"I'm
from Winston-Salem, North Carolina,
and I like sports.
I like sports, and that's it.
I like sports, and that's it. I like sports, and that's it.
I like sports, and that's it."
She said, "Lavinio."
He said, "Hey, teacher.
Hey, Miss Hughes.
Who played Christino?
Miss Hughes."
So we get to present day again, and Slim and Mike, the beepers go off, and it's Roland's ex, Tanya, saying to come get him. He's drunk, he's belligerent. He in the background singing.
Making love
forever. That was our song, girl. That was our song, girl.
And by the way, he's the worst drunk actor ever.
Hey, I think
what we're not gonna do? No Tay Diggs slander, because that nigga deserves his flowers.
I think he had
he's not a good actor to me, but it's just when he's drunk acting, it's even worse. Tay Diggs is.
You don't think Tay Diggs is a good actor? Hold on, whoa. Stop. So you don't think Tay Diggs is a good actor, but you think Will Smith is?
Yes. What? Okay. So we get to present day. They get the call on the beeper. At that point, like I said, Tay Diggs was drunk. Obviously he's got cold feet. He's talking about smashing Tanya at this point. He's like, "Look, I'm gonna make her booty jiggle, dude." He said his booty was rotund.
I'm dead. That's not good acting, bro. You're not taking Will Smith over that rotund line. But keep going. Keep going.
As they try to sober him up, we get another flashback. So we're back in '86. They're playing a booty grab game. I don't know if that game has a name. I just call it the booty grab game.
That was a good game.
So he said,
"No, it's not. Obviously, it wasn't for him."
Yeah, I was gonna say so. Basically, they
he didn't steal baseball.
They set him up.
They did set him up. They said, "Look, they're gonna Alicia over there."
They did set him up.
Yeah, because then they were like, "Look at her." They said, "You grab her booty, we'll give you $1." It said, "Damn, let me owe you that. Let me owe that $1."
Right.
So Big Mike's pressure.
A whole $1, like 1986, though.
He said you gotta do it for the end of lunch. And he was like, "Okay." So it gets real intense. He's eyeing Alicia. His nostrils are flaring. Bullfighter music.
Oh, that's it. Why did he do a whole circle before he went into it, though?
Because it was like a bullfighter scene. It was like a bullfighter scene.
He had to gather up some speed.
But because they had the bullfighter music, she had red, like the butt was red.
It was. She wasn't red shorts.
Yeah, she had red shorts. Like I said, had the music playing, and you heard the bull noise when he was doing that. He ran over there, going to grab it. She hit him.
Got him right in the eye.
Yeah, she's like, so she gets pissed off and she says, "I'm getting my big brother Stacy on you."
No. She said more than that.
Yeah.
She said more than that. She said more than that. She said,
Take your hands off me.
There you go, or something like that. He said, Negro, or
me.
And I'm about to tell my brother Stacy. And then you should have seen what the nigga told. Yeah, he picking me up after school.
Yeah, so then he was like, "Oh shit!" Like he had that face like I fucked up. And then his friend said,
they started laughing at him.
He said,
"Hey, oh man, I didn't know she was gonna get that mad, man."
He said,
yes,
"Hey,
you did know she was gonna get that mad. You know, Alicia,
you know, talking about Crips and blood. Well, that nigga's a blood."
What pissed me off was they said, I didn't know she was gonna get that mad, bro. Y'all been going to Alicia. Y'all been going to school with Alicia probably since elementary. Y'all know how Alicia get, bro. Yeah, y'all know how Alicia get, bro. You set bro up, bro.
He said, nah. He said, this is our fight. They said, huh?
Wait. We ain't get there yet. So Big Mike, he's scared the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying? He said usually the day we go by slow, but Tom was on crack today.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to the school and he gets met by Stacy.
That's what they was like. They was in the school. They was like, man, she really got you spooked, huh? Yeah, they got me spooked.
He said, you better. He said, like a fast nigga. You better run.
He said, you like her pretty fast. He said, so what I'm gonna do tomorrow? He said, shit, you better run tomorrow too.
Yeah, he said he learned to run again. He said, you live to run again.
You live to run again.
So he gets met by Stacy when he leaves, and he says, "You think my sister a hoe or something? You think she a toy?" He said, "No, I think she party."
No. You skipping it. My sister said you can't keep your motherfucking head to your motherfucking sad.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
Yeah, that was a good line too.
You think my sister a hoe or something? You think she party? He said, "You think my sister some hoe or something?" He said, "Nah."
No, he said,
I think she party.
You think she a toy? You think she a fucking toy? No, I think she party.
Bro,
that came from this nigga from That's fresh North Carolina right there.
So that nigga.
But listen, we're all the same size. We're all the same size though. Why are you so scared of this nigga?
Nah,
because that nigga's a blood.
You don't know nothing about it. No, okay, but you don't even know what bloods are. So stop it.
Listen, you heard him say you can get shot. He said shot. He said, yeah, you know, like with a gun, bang, bang. He said, this nigga's stupid, man. We gotta explain everything.
But you gotta think that when you don't know anything, bro, like, all you know is these niggas will shoot you if you get them mad. You're gonna be scared when you see this nigga. And he's older. You got to think he's an older kid too. So like you got to think. So he's in middle school. Let's say Stacy's in.
On the totem pole like he was B-Mob.
No, but just think about that. Like, just imagine, like,
they was in middle school, so they was.
Yeah, he was like in 5th, 6th grade,
or junior high, probably. I think. Because then when they
were in junior high,
high school. So I think they was in junior high.
But even if though
they were in junior high,
right, this man's in high school to you. This man's damn near grown. So he said, "No, I think she pretty." Alicia just starts looking like, "Oh," like she gave a look like, "Oh." She's like, "Oh, he does like me." No
time out. About to say that's when Oh yeah, okay, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, because right. Look, she was like, "Oh, I think he liked me." Finger snap. So Mike gets a shot in before Stacy whoops his ass. He got a mean little right.
That was look. One thing my dad always told me: get your shit off first, because you never know what they got. But he said, don't stop. You get it off and you keep going. That was mistake number one.
Okay, here's the thing about that. Though. So he got his ass whooped.
He said it's like a hand reaching out from the heavens.
Never mind. It was just here.
Here's the thing about that, though. Just think about that though. You said to hit him and keep going. I feel like he did the smart thing and lost that fight, because if he had won that fight, in my eyes, Stacy would have probably killed that nigga.
Stacy would shoot him?
Yeah, Stacy would have shot that nigga.
I don't think he would have. I don't think, real talk. Okay, so going in further into it though, he gained respect from him because he didn't back down. So I don't think Mike. I mean, even if he would have kept going, like you see the first shot stunned Stacy.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like Stacy. But it wasn't like Stacy's first shot where it bent him over. Then Stacy got another shot, right? So it's like if he would have still, I feel like it would have been a fight. It wouldn't. Mike would have still lost that fight.
Oh, you know, for
in
sure.
my opinion.
Because I mean, he's an older kid. This you whooping on a little ass kid in the day.
And that's what I'm saying. So I feel like Mike would have lost that fight regardless, just from him like just being outmatched, the outpowered, whatever, just something, you know. So it's like, but
here's the only reason he respected him.
You're breaking up real bad.
And you real quiet.
So you gotta think. This dude comes up and touch your little sister's butt. You go there to the defender honor, then you lose the fight. You gonna feel some kind of way, and you might shoot that nigga next time you see him.
I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean, especially with him having his little like his Stacy having his rep or whatever, whoever Stacy was or was supposed to be, whatever, you know. I get that. But it's like I feel like at the end of the day, whatever happened, I feel like Stacy would have respected him, like regardless.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying too, though. At the same time, like.
Yeah, that's why I was just like I think it was a good thing for him to lose that fight because if he didn't lose that fight. I mean, it was good he got his shot in too, though, because it's like, okay, you got his respect. But if you had whooped his ass, then it's like, I got to do something about this. And you touched my sister's butt too.
But the thing is, the only reason why we both ended up in this situation is because you felt like you had to do something about this.
Because you couldn't keep your hands to yourself.
He said, anybody that look at me wrong, anybody that do me
dirty,
dirty,
your hands to yourself.
Anybody that owe me money.
So I never noticed he said this though. Like when I watched this time around, though, when she ran up and stopped him, she said, "No, you were supposed to just scare him."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I
stop it, Stacy. You going to hurt him.
Yeah, he'd already whooped his ass by then.
But he whooped his ass by then because Mike swung on him and hit him first.
Yeah, I mean he probably didn't expect that. He probably just bought the. I don't know if he was just trying to scare him, but but like I said, Stacy is extreme. Everything he does is extreme. I'm gonna get into it later on.
Yes,
everything this nigga does is extreme.
Yes.
So before I go on to present day, he got the respect from Stacy at this point, and Alicia's like even checking up on him, like, "You okay, whatever?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm straight." And then before he can say anything else, she dips off on him, and then Roland and Slim, I couldn't think of his name for a second. Roland and Slim, they walk up on it like, "Damn, man," like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're like, "Hey, yeah." He's like, "We got your back," which in my opinion is wild. He said, "Hey," we always got your back. This is his first day.
He said, "We can't have you die on your first day in the wood."
Yeah, he said, we'll always have your back. Like, nigga, this is his first day. Like, you don't know this nigga. You don't know this nigga. Like, you don't know him.
Can't have you die on your first day in the wood at school. That's so sad.
That is wild. So now we go back to present day. They're getting aspirin because he's got a hangover. You said what?
And grits.
Yeah, he wanted grits too. I forgot what he did with the grits. It's random. Like you ain't got a whole wedding to go to. Like you ain't go sit there.
Nigga, ain't nobody making you no damn grits.
And while they're in there getting that, they see some mints, and it brings up the time when they go to the going to the store whenever
before
younger.
They dance.
Yeah. He said going to the. He said, "Well, your non-dancing ass." So some time has passed. He's like, "Oh, he's feeling Alicia." He's like, "I'm trying to see what's up with her, whatever." But he's at home practicing his dance moves with a stuffed animal.
Think I'm sexy, girl? Think I'm sexy?
He said, "You sexy? I'm sexy. We're all sexy."
We all sexy.
His mom walks in on him and says, "Only a woman can have you acting like that."
Doing the freak with a rabbit.
Yeah. So they get dressed up and they go to the dance. And before they step in, he said, before we go in there, we're gonna do a little breath test. And he was like, "Hey," he's like, "I'm cool."
Right. So yeah, for how long? You don't want to be out there talking to a fine freak. Your breath smelling all tart and shit.
I'll mute him for a second. There we go. So he like, "You don't want to do that." So they go to the store for Tic Tacs, and they teach them the unwritten rule.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can. We can hear. Get out that store. That's what's doing it.
Oh, I'm like, okay, but I can't hear none. I can't hear none of y'all though.
Yeah, get out that store.
I can just read. I can just lip read real well.
The store about to get robbed. About to get robbed.
Was I'm gonna mute him. So they keep on mute.
Every time.
You'll see every time. You'll see every time. So they go to the store for Tic Tacs. And I can't do that. Yeah, I was echoing. All right, so they go to the store for Tic Tacs, and they teach them the unwritten rules on gum and mints. Okay, you remember the rules on the gum and mints?
All right, so I know the mints, right? So the mints, he said, all right, so Mike said, I'm gonna go with the orange. They said orange, no. He said, never go with fruit flavors. He said, you always go for the white or the green, whatever, because it's, it's small, they pack a lot of power, and it's white. So if you fall out when you're talking to a fine freak, whatever, they taught me a lot. On the dance floor, it won't be as noticeable. So then he was like, okay, so what about gum?
He said, gum. Yeah.
He said, what about gum? He said, I got this one.
Yeah.
He said, so the thing you want to remember most when it comes to dealing with females, suck. Never chew.
That's what I was waiting on.
Hey, you feel me? So, which I understand, because when you suck it on the gum, whatever, you get all the flavors and then keep your mouth moist, whatever. And then that way, then when you do get into it, the gum lasts a little bit longer. So when you do chew it, it unleashes a little bit more of the sediments.
Packing even more of a punch.
Packing a
Stacy size punch.
Speaking of Stacy, what happened?
Yep. So while I was in this nice little transition like that. So while they're in the store, they're talking about this. The store's getting robbed at this point. And it's Stacy and his friend robbing the store. And they're like, oh shit, the store's getting robbed. He's like, so they all said, like, oh shit. He said, what should we do? And he said, shit, let them niggas rob the store. Which, in my opinion, they should have just did. Let them niggas rob a store. Then yeah.
I said, my man just wanted something to drink. That's all he's trying to do. Look, first of all, I didn't understand why they sat there in the aisle, explained everything about gum and mints. But when he said, I'm about to grab a soda, they was like, nah, man, hurry up. Like, if the door was right behind him. Like, why y'all trying to rush me?
And the wild thing was, Slim was like, I got something for that. I started shaking that soda.
I don't know what he was gonna do with that.
I was gonna say, what were you gonna do with that?
I don't know. He said, he was really shaking that shit. I don't know what he was.
And while he's doing this, the other robber comes up, not Stacy, but the other robber comes up and was just like, taps him on the shoulder, like, what you doing? And he was like, oh shit.
Hold on, man.
And these little niggas been in the back of the store the whole time. And he was like, what? He's like, yeah, they've been back in the store the whole time. He's like, oh, them, they go to school with my little sister. And then that's when
my little homie little ass the other day. He said he took it like a G though.
Like a G. And then Mike recognized him, goes, Stacy? Like, first off, that was wild. You gonna say that middle
it really was.
He said, Stacy? He said, nigga, don't say my name. And then mid-robbery, he's just Stacy, like I said, he's extreme.
He said, y'all must be going to them dances.
He goes, y'all must be going to dances. Ooh, I remember them days, boy.
I remember them fucking dances.
Boy. He said, get your ass on the ground.
He said, well, hey, y'all want something from the store? Y'all want something from the store?
He said, I can grab something. He was like, hey, man, come on, get out of here.
He said, nah, man, we good, man, we good. So,
yeah,
so let me give y'all a ride.
Well, he started feeling real charitable. Asked him if they wanted stuff, asked for a ride. Like, started feeling real charitable. I said, Stacy's just extreme, everything he does. So after they rob the place, they drive off in the getaway car. On the ride, the three friends in the back, they all scared to death. You can tell they all scared. And Stacy offered him some weed. He was like, hey, y'all want to hit?
Just to calm your nerves down a little bit.
Yeah, they was like, nah. And he was like, y'all gonna sit there and decline? Like, he was kind of salty. He's like, y'all
niggas is ungrateful nowadays.
Yeah. He said they gonna decline. He's like, fuck it, more for me then. And his boy was like, let me get some. He said, man, fuck you. You don't get no. He said, you ain't get no zigzags. You don't get no drag. Because I guess the main reason they were supposed to be in there was to get zigzags.
That's the main reason why they robbed that store, was for some shells and some condoms.
That's wild.
They robbed a store for some shells.
They didn't want no money. They just wanted the shells.
They had not. Look, they could have just went in there and took that and ran out. I feel like the way it was.
They didn't. They came in there and got that, and they didn't even get all of it. They got some.
He just got condoms. That's all he had. He was gonna go see Monique later tonight. All he got was some rubbers.
So at this point, he's smoking, he getting high, and he's rapping. He's like, hey, he's like, man, I should be a rapper, or whatever. While that's going on, we hear the police sirens going off. Like, oh shit. And
well, wait, hold on, Kenny. My bad. Before you get into that, I think Stacey was on to something big with that. Because they said ain't nobody gonna buy no album and listen to somebody rap about weed. And today we have Snoop Dogg, we have Wiz, we have Smoke DZA, we have.
That was the joke. That was the joke. Was because he's like, I'm about to, he's saying, he's like, I'm about to make the weed out. Ain't nobody buying no album on no weed.
Real initiative, and I feel like Stacey, if somebody in that car that night would have believed in Stacey, he could have been off to a better path in life. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, we'll get into that.
Exactly. I didn't want to spoil it, but I'm just saying, I feel like he could have did a lot more with that. If he had support.
So the cops, they pull him over. They have a broken tail light, and Stacey's being cooperative too. He's like, anything else, officer? He talking anything else?
He said it to my mother's name.
Yeah. They were like,
he was just remarried.
So obviously the car was stolen. So the car was stolen. And they're like, it's not under your name. He was like, oh, it's my mother's name. That's like you said. She got remarried. So they're like, okay, whatever. Let's step out the car, whatever. So the other robber starts crying, and at one point he even turns on Stacey when they're asked the question.
Man, just shut up, man.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, man. He's like looking at him like they had their hands behind their head. He's like, what the hell? So the cops almost find the gun they robbed the store with. The passenger side of the car. Big Mike notices this, and he's like,
his allergies.
He starts coughing, and this is enough time for the cops to get distracted, and then they get
going on.
Yeah. Then they get the 911 call for the robbery. Coincidentally, it was the robbery they just did. They got him out of it.
Talk about luck.
That helped him out a lot. So they get to the dance, and Stacey has them all leave so he can have his one-on-one with Big Mike. And he said, being extreme again, I'm not gonna fight you, man. He's like, I'm gonna fight you.
He said, hey man, calm down. I ain't gonna do nothing to you.
I just want to talk to you, man. He said, don't he say? Didn't he say like I already beat your ass? Something like that. Like he's like.
I ain't gonna beat your ass again.
Yeah, I ain't gonna beat your ass.
And see, that goes back to my first point. If he would have beat Stacey, okay, you know what? Maybe that makes sense because if he would have beat Stacey ass the first time,
one-on-one.
If he was if he was in the store, Stacey might have shot that nigga in the store.
Yeah, hey, are y'all niggas back there?
That's the nigga that beat my ass.
Yep. Get naked. It would be like that. Get naked.
Oh man.
So he's what I'm saying, this point he's like, I'm not gonna fight you. So he has a little like heart to heart with this man. He's like, he pretty much tells him
OG to a young, OG moment.
The big homie talk with him, and he's like, listen, he's like, I respect you. He's like, you like my sister? Big Mike's trying to play it off a little bit.
Nah. First he said, hey man, what's your name? He said Mike. He said Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Big Mike. So first of all, if you go back to the beginning, he said
his name, Big Mike.
He said Big Mike in the wood. He got his name from getting his ass whooped. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're all on the same page here.
He respected him. He respected him. That's why I was like, it was sometimes even though you took an L, you really got the dub at the end of the day. Even remember on White Man Can't Jump, she was like, sometimes when you lose, you win. And that's what's going on with this. Sometimes when you lose, you win, because when he lost, what happened? He got the game from Stacey, because when Stacey said, listen, he said, Alicia likes this song called This World Were Mine by Luther Vandross. He talked about Luther Vandross. He's like, go ahead, get you a dance. He said, go ahead, get you a dance. Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay. He's like, go out there, have some fun, whatever. So he gets out of the car, and he's like, and his friend's like, man, what did he talk to you about? Nothing, man. He just asking my name.
He just wanted to know my name.
Yeah, he's asking my name. So they get in the dance, and these niggas some betting ass niggas. So they bet $1 or who gets the most numbers.
He said, "Wait, pen and paper."
He said, "Yeah, you ain't got no pen and paper." That's another thing. Like I said, they keep teaching them the game for the movie too. They teach them the game, so they bet $1 on who's gonna get the most numbers by the end of the night. And so at this point they're dancing, and I'll give it to Big Mike. That nigga got to dance immediately. He got to dance as soon as he stepped on the dance floor. He got to dance.
They all know. Roland got the first dance when they said, "Oh, bro, go, bro." He's sucking it up, about to say, but yeah, him and Mike. He said, "You see the 2 fine freaks over there?" I like how the music changed. When they started walking, they started moving. I'm like, he was good.
And then at this point, Big Mike so Big Mike was down like he was dancing like he was dancing with that teddy bear or stuffed animal earlier, and they revealed he couldn't dance. So he was trying to do like this little Michael Jackson thing. I don't know what he was doing, but he was trying
he was enjoying his night and having a good time.
He was doing a little this, and when he was doing that, Slim was like, "Oh, oh!"
He wasn't making it no better
at all. Oh shit. That's one of my favorite parts of the movie because it's the way he's reacting to it. Because that's some shit I would do. I was like, oh,
because that's when the girl said, "I think I'm getting tired." And he was like,
it was so bad that she left. So at this point, he got a little salt. He got a lot of salt, a lot of bit salty. So he's sitting off to the side and he's just looking all pitiful. Wow, these niggas just racking up numbers. They just racking up numbers.
Ass on his shoulders.
Yeah, they literally
get your ass off your shoulders.
You see Slim and Roland, they in the back. You just seeing them like the other one like they're getting them numbers. So let me scroll a little bit. Oh, here's another thing. You probably didn't notice this, but I noticed this time around. The girl Roland is dancing with. Wait. Actually, no. I'm gonna wait. One second. So, he's sitting there looking pitiful. The Luther Vandross song hits. He's like, "This the song." So he's scared, and he's even got to the point where he's like, "I hope she's dancing with another nigga because I don't want this rejection of asking her." He didn't want to ask her and get rejected. Which, what I'm saying, we all get the little butterflies. We go to get
second doubt.
Dance. Yeah, you're like, but he was like, "Look, I hope she don't have. Oh, she's by herself. She's just over there like, if this world were mine." He just. So then, he's talking to her. He's like, "You like this song?" She's like, "Yeah, it's cool, whatever." She's trying to play it off. And he's like, "Can I get this dance?" He's dancing with her. While he's dancing with her, Roland and Slim are dancing too. But the girl Roland is dancing with was Christina Milian. That was Christina Milian on that scene that he's dancing with.
That's wild. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that.
Go back and watch it. Christina Milian is the one he is dancing with. That's a little trivia. Let
me go look at that. Yeah.
I tried to throw it in a little bit. So so Big Mike, he's getting this dance, and he gets yet another boner. He gets another one.
He said, "Oh shit, Captain, we about to blow."
and he pulls back a little bit. He's like, "Okay,
that's how we do it in North Carolina."
Yeah, so he's trying to play it off. That's how we do it in North Carolina.
I see you over there.
We do it in Inglewood. And he pulled him in. She felt it. He's like, "Oh, wait a minute."
She felt it.
I didn't in the beginning of the dance part, like the beginning of the whole dance. That nigga was getting twerked on. He was in there getting like,
Oh, the first
I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
The teacher separated him like, no.
He said, no, you're not getting pregnant on my watch, sister girl.
So at this point, they finally meet up at the end of the night because the boner ruined the moment. So they meet up at the end of the night to see who got the most numbers. How many Roland get? He got 6.
7.
He got 7.
Had 7.
And then how much? They both tied with 7.
Has 7.
They both tied with 7. And then
only got one. Only got one.
And they seen the hand. Said Alicia. That's when they said, yeah. He said, "Oh yeah, fuck it, Mike, you won." He said, "That's worth 10 of them skeezers in there, whatever."
Yeah. So he ended up winning the bet. He ended up getting $1 in the night.
That's when Roland was like, "Damn, Big Mike, you taking all my money."
Yeah, he did say that. He take
all of $2.
No, because he put $1 in. So
Right, but it's been $2 so far. One from the bet to grab the butt, and then the one from losing that in the number. So it's
at
been,
this point, this was months down the line, though. This was,
but all we know about is $2.
yeah.
And he taking all my money, like.
But I thought you was talking about this time. He said, "Nigga, you take all my money and gave him that $1." I was like, "Damn, that's crazy." So we at the present day. They finally got Roland in the car. Finally got him in the car. They're like, okay, it's time to go back to the wedding. So at this point, Roland throws up all over him. And it was nasty too. He was burping and everything while he was throwing up.
But to Roland's defense, he did ask for him to stop the car, and he said, "Mike, tell Slim to stop the car." And Mike looked at him and said, "Okay, you need to stop this car." But he said, "No, I ain't stopping this car." And it was a brand new car as well, though.
Yeah, and
it was brand new. He was talking about it earlier. He was bragging about it.
And then, so he throws up all over him. We flash back to their junior year, junior high school, and they bet $5 at this point. By the end of the month, who gonna get the coochie first? Whoever get the coochie first gets the money. It ends up, they keep on going because they get all of them striking out,
and they gotta all put $5 in at the end of every month.
Yeah, so it was just racking up too. They was just that jar was getting full.
That jar was getting full.
That jar was getting full. So they're all trying to game the different ways. Michael he fingering his girl for the longest.
He said, "I thought we could make love."
He said, "Can I do something else?" Like, can we do something else? And we've been there. Like everybody would ever say, "We young, we've been there." You're like, "Man, I ain't trying to do this shit no more, nigga." Like, you trying to flex, like, golly.
Oh man. She said, "You wanted to put that thing in me?"
Yeah, that was wrong. He said, "Come on, girl, you gonna put that in me? Ew, that's disgusting."
It's natural.
Yeah, it's natural. You got that, and then my boy Slim, he was like,
"I know I look better than that nigga."
That's my favorite line. You let Terry bone. I know I look better than that. Because I mean, what to say that, but you can't say that. You can't say that. But yeah, so they're all striking out. So at this point, he starts hanging out with Alicia again. At this point, you can tell they're good friends, but they got to the point where it's like they tried the date, didn't work out. It was like that typical, like junior high, middle school. They're walking down, holding hands, that kind of relationship. It wasn't much to it. But now they're just friends now. But they get cool with each other. So she's like, "Hey, you can come over real quick. I gotta what's she trying out a dress for homecoming?"
Well, they was studying at first, and then they was just walking home, I think. And then that's when he got invited inside.
Yeah. She was like, pretty much nobody's home. It's just gonna be me and you, whatever. He's like, "Okay, whatever." So she wasn't trying to do that. She wasn't on that yet. She wasn't on that yet. I'll tell you when she was on it. She wasn't on that yet. So he came over.
Go look for your homecoming dress.
Wait. I'll tell you when. So when they in there, they're talking.
I know when too, but go ahead though. Yeah,
they're talking about it, and he's like, "Hey, he's like, I'm trying to, do some things with these girls, blah blah, and she's like, why don't you try with old girls?" He's like, "Oh, she ain't on that, whatever." She's like, "You need to find somebody that wants as bad as you do, whatever."
That was when they was in the library.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So then,
that's when they was in the library. So
at this point, when they're in there,
they got that little awkward little.
Yeah. It was they talking, but the thing was like it was kind of like it was getting hot and heavy. It was getting hot and heavy while they was talking, and then when that Luther Vandross song hit,
not and you gotta build it from the beginning. They was talking about it in there, and that's when she was like, "We ain't finna get no studying done in here. We might as well just go ahead and go to the crib or something." That's when they started. So she was kind of like.
I didn't think she started until they were talking at the house, because at that point, when they were at the house, because I forgot exactly what he said, but he said something, and that's when she kind of got that look like, yeah,
that's when he said he wanted to dance, whatever. He said, "I ain't got two left." Hey, my man Mike did it right though too.
No. Yeah. He gamed the
rest. Gotta give credit to Mike.
And I don't even think he was trying to, because
he was. Because
he was kind of clueless until after they started dancing. Then he started getting that boner again. It was like, you know what?
Y'all have all been 16 before, right?
Look, I'm telling you, I know. I seen when it all started, whatever. Because I'm about to say it started in the library. Because then she was like, "We ain't gonna get no studying done. We might as well leave." So it's like she already not even thinking about studying. She ready just to go. I don't know if she was thinking about that, but then that's when he was like, but she was throwing out hints though too on the way home, because she like, so you gonna get a new suit to go to the homecoming?
Go to my house and check out my homecoming outfit.
He said you gonna get a new outfit to wear with Benita.
What? Yeah,
but she was throwing out fake names, knowing the girl's name.
Yeah. That in my opinion was she was jealous. She was jealous.
She was jealous.
Right there. But at the same time, she really couldn't do much because she had a nigga herself.
Did that matter, Kenny?
No, I'm just saying that's where their heads were at. They both were like, "Hey, look, we're both cuffed, but we want." It was like a weird, awkward dynamic where they wanted each other.
It was that tension.
But see, they wanted each other, but they were like, we're both cuffed though. But it wasn't until they got in the house, and then it was like, hey, fuck it. And then they heard their song. When they heard the song, that's when it was.
That was their song though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's when all bets were off.
That was their
song. You got 2 left feet. He said, who got 2 left feet? Also, I can dance right now.
I can show you. You feel right. So it was like, They
start dancing.
Nah, the funniest part though. The funniest part, real to the foot. When he walked in, you notice what a nigga do. He sat right on the bed first, whatever, right?
Oh, yeah,
you feel me? He got good and comfortable sitting right on the bed first.
He was looking up at her, talking like.
Right, but then she started taking her socks off. He was like, "Oop, down boy." So when she came and sat on the bed, he had to move to the chair because he's like, I can. You about to see this?
Oh, okay. I thought he did. I thought he did. I thought he moved because he didn't want to send the wrong message at first.
Nah, he moved because
he moved because he had a hard on.
That motherfucker was hard again, so he had to move over to calm himself down. So then that's when he hit her with the dance again. So he got himself together, got himself composed again. Okay, you good. And then that's when he hit her with the,
Because at that point, because I feel like they were already in the mood. They was already talking. They was already in the mood at that point. And then that's when they started talking whatever about this. And then the song hit. Then it really was like, fuck it. They start dancing. And at this point they're like, shit, what you on kind of thing. And then that's when he pulled out that old ass ancient ass rubber in his wallet. With that old ancient ass condom in his wallet.
Right.
He put that shit on. That shit broke as he put it in her. Like that broke immediately. That shit broke.
He knew it was bad.
Yeah, was it during entry? That shit broke. So then she's like, "Hey, you ain't got another one?" And he's like, "Nah, I got another one." Like, say like we're in high school. Like we ain't got rubbers on.
I was just not expecting this to happen today like this. You caught me laughing.
Yeah, like I didn't come over with all this. Like you brought it to the library and said, like, it's in the children's homecoming dress. So
trapped in homecoming cheeks.
She's like, go in Stacy's room. He got the condoms. So he goes in there. He's looking everywhere. Even though she said it's in the top drawer of the desk. This nigga was looking all in the closet, all kind of other shit. Yeah, looking everywhere but the drawer. He's like, there it goes. Pulls the one out, and as he's pulling out,
how does she know?
You said she been here before? You said she been here before? Damn. Hey, that's a good question.
Hey, look, see,
that's a good question.
I always see. Look, hey, that's a great question. See, I always would have assumed she just a little sister snoops around her big brother's room.
I was thinking she could be a little nosy, but remember, she was not here thought because you got to think because when they finally did do it, I'm gonna get to that.
Yeah.
So
ow, you're hurting me.
So he grabs the rubber house into bed because he hears Stacy and Stacy and his girl, they come to the steps kissing and everything, which is wild. I always see that shit in movies and I'll be like, who the fuck does that? They be kissing and walking to the steps same time.
I had a problem with Stacy's girl because she was moaning so damn much and loud from kissing. I don't like that. You're doing too much.
Yeah, they was doing a lot. So then they they get to the room. He pulls his pants down. He's sitting on the bed. He getting necked up, and like Mike's underneath the bed.
Under the bed.
He out of his bed. He got drawers on his lip. He's scared. so he's scared right now. So she's like, "Wait a minute, you have 4 condoms in here." He's like, "What?" She's like, "One of them's missing." She said, "You cheat on me?" He said, "Only hoe I'm fucking with is you." She said, "What hoes you fucking with?" He's the only hoe I'm fucking is you. And she was like, I ain't no damn hoe. Take me home. And he's like, "No, wait. wait. So at this point, they leave the room. He's able to sneak back out.
Pants down to his ankles. Don't forget.
Yeah. Pants down his ankles. So Big Mike leaves the room, gets back in the room. He's like, "I got it." He's like, "I got it. You ready to do it?" She's like, "Still want to do it?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm still want to do this, whatever." So they get in the bed, puts it on. He hit in the butt one time accidentally. She's like, "Wait a minute." He said, "Wait."
He said, "Not there."
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, my bad, my bad." Then he gets in there. She's virgins are So then he lasts like a good 2-3 seconds in there. He ain't last long when he was in there. He's like, "Woo!" He look up to the side like, "Woo!"
Hey, look, real talk. You can see that he can see clearly now. The rain was gone. He can see all obstacles in his way. Right there. After that, he had a moment of clarity.
Like, yeah, I'm a man now.
He had a moment of clarity.
So he did it, whatever. He didn't last like 2 seconds, and she's like, pretty much like, "Well, we did it." And he's like, "Yep, we did it." And they just sitting there. So I had a question for y'all. This is the last time we see Stacy in the movie. What do y'all think happened to Stacy?
The nigga left. He had no purpose.
I think Stacy should have took off on his rap career. That's what I personally think. I think he should have gotten the studio and should have made that album.
Dr. Dre did.
He beat him to it.
Do you think they turned it easy?
Yeah, they changed the blood. They just changed the Crip to the blood to preserve his identity. All right.
Good movie review.
Every episode, man, you learn something.
Good movie review.
Stacy is Easy E.
Stacy is Easy E.
You got the same look and everything. Ruthless.
I'm telling you.
So, I mean, but we find out, it wasn't him because he ends up being security guard and dope. In the movie,
or he ends up being Skelly in Snowfall.
Start getting it.
You feel me? He became an OG in the hood and really took off. He stopped committing petty thefts and started committing murder.
He started committing murder. Golly.
Big step.
But it was on 2 separate sides of town, bro.
So at this point, we get the present day. Tay Diggs, he's sobered up, in the pizza shop. At this point, he's married. At this point, he's like, "I'm ready to marry Lisa Ray." Because her name was Lisa. Her name was even Lisa in the movie.
He shouldn't have had no doubts about that.
Yeah. But the character was even named Lisa. At this point, she had changed her life. She used to dance at the Players Club, but she changed her life around now.
We're not going to do that. That's what we're not going to do.
Because he ended up growing up to be a damn DJ at the damn Players Club. Yep, I'm saying it. That was
Who did?
Who was
that? Baby?
That's in Atlanta.
It all connects. So they end up so at this point they end up convincing, because when they come back, everybody's pissed off. It's late. The wedding, what I'm saying? It's past the time for the wedding. We're supposed to have been at his wedding. Where this nigga at? So at this point, everybody's pissed off. The dad yokes up Roland, and he apologizes. Yeah, he apologizes. And if you don't know, the guy that's yoking up Roland is the dreadhead from Caught Up, the Jamaican from Caught Up. Yeah. Yeah, it's him. He got short hair. He's ugly as hell in this movie. So they end up convincing Lisa Ray. She's pissed. Lisa Ray's doing a terrible acting job in this scene too. A terrible acting job in that scene.
Y'all must think I'm one of them Thelma and Louise ass bitches.
Yeah, she did a terrible acting job with this.
Her job was just to look pretty.
Exactly. I was saying, like, she was never a good actress, but it was just like she was trying, and it didn't work.
Wait a minute. She's a great actress.
In which movie? I've seen her.
She's
I've
a
seen her in
great
3
actress
movies, and
in
she did
All of Us. You seen All of Us, the show?
I do remember that show.
She was a great
So
actress.
you're gonna say she's a good actress in All of Us, but you're not gonna give Tay Dick his flowers?
No, I'm not.
No. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I still believe she's a bad actress because I watched that Cowboy
How
movie.
many black people do you think are good actresses or good at with their job?
A lot.
That was a lot. It's just not them. It's just not them. So they end up convincing her. So the wedding happens. Slim and Roland. I think Slim and Roland kind of butted heads in this movie a lot. Like, was the grown up? Like, could you see the dynamic where? Because remember, Slim and Roland were the best friends, and Big Mike gets pulled into the group. But when they're adults, you see they're kind of like a rift between the two, and Big Mike was the mediator between the two, and he ended up being the best man too.
They were both best men.
Oh, they both? I thought it was just him.
Yeah, they were both best men, whatever. But it seemed like Slim changed a lot as they got older, because Slim was a lot more goofy when he was younger.
Yeah.
But yeah, that like his whole role when they was older was him being like serious. Or I mean, he was more of an asshole. He tried to be an asshole a lot.
I was gonna say he wasn't trying to be, he was just hot-headed. He was just angry now. Like, I don't know what happened to him. He might have been salty because he didn't get Lisa Ray. Remember he was
no, because he introduced her to Roland. And that's when Mike was like, shit, just think about it. This could have been Slim out there crying out there begging at the door. And he said, nigga, what? Oh, yeah, that could have been me.
They both had the shock, because he said they both was looking at it. They both had their jaws dropped. They both were trying to see what's up with it.
What did he say? He's like, hey, man. What did he say? Like, hey, that ain't funny. He's like, hey, what are y'all laughing for, or something like that? He
said, ha, y'all are hilarious.
Yeah, he's like, ha. And do y'all think? Wait, I got another question for you. I just thought about this just now. Do y'all think he was trying to get to that wedding and had to take a plane there, and Monique violated all his rights?
He said Denzel. Now drop them girls, Denzel.
Denzel.
All these movies connect. Denzel.
That's crazy.
I just thought of this now. Wait a minute. He was trying to. That's why he needed to get on that route and get on that plane. He was trying to get to that wedding. That's why he was so angry.
That's why he was pissed off. She gave that nigga a cavity check for this nigga Rolling to get cold feet.
Exactly. There we go.
Now this
makes sense.
All the hood movies connect. So after the wedding, they had a speech and everything. Everything's good. Big Mike, at this point, he rekindles his love with Alicia, who is now Sanaa Lathan in this movie.
I love her.
Pretty much continuing loving basketball at this point. So another connection.
I love her.
It's loving basketball at this point. Another connection. And
damn, nigga. Hey, look. I'll tell you what. That is perfect. I don't be looking.
It is loving. It is. But the movie, the movies came out in the same year, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's wild. So this point, here's a trivia question, or not trivia question, but here's some trivia for y'all. Melinda Williams plays the younger Alicia.
Yes.
Sanaa Lathan plays Alicia as an adult.
Right.
Okay.
However, Melinda is actually a year older than Sanaa Lathan in real life.
Yeah. Sanaa Lathan's 53.
Yeah, so that means she was 54. So that's why.
54.
Yes, she's a year older than her.
I was waiting for you to say that, whatever. I thought you was going to say it like this, because you're going to say, what would you rate the love interest?
I'm about to get to that right now. I'm going to say, how bad was the love interest? So let's talk.
Sanaa Lathan's top tier. Top tier.
I think Sanaa, 5. He got older, 5. Alicia, 5. But I feel like when they showed old girl, even though it was probably shot during the same year, it's the looks they gave her. So the first look you see her at when he fall in love with her, I didn't like her. But when they was juniors in high school, whatever, and
she started looking her age.
She started looking a little bit older. That's when I liked her more, when they was like in high school, whatever. I didn't like her when he first met her. But
the hair down. The hair down. I did hair all the way.
You feel me?
Down.
And that's why I said it was the looks that they gave her that made me
feel make her look like a little kid at the first one. So that's why they made it look like the way she looked.
And that's why I didn't like her probably either. Because I'm like, I don't like that look either.
Like a little kid. And then when they had the hair down, But see, because all of them had a different haircuts at this point, you know. They used to have them nasty little the Jerry curls, and then
that weak ass high top.
Yeah, they changed the whole look up. So y'all giving Sanaa Lathan a 5.
5.
Fuck yeah.
I give her a 4. I'm not a fan of Sanaa Lathan.
Are you? What? Nigga, keep going, bro. Nigga, you marry Alicia Davis.
Right. She gets a 5 too. But go ahead, keep going.
And then we got Alicia. Then we got the young Alicia.
Young Alicia. Like when you say young Alicia, that's what I'm saying. I'm putting her in tears because I feel like the youngest Alicia should be a 3.
I'll give you that 3.
About to say, then when they showed her like junior year, whatever, when they went to the room, they did what they had to do and everything. She's at a good 4, 4.5 then. But when Alicia glowed up, I even give her that one right there too. She had one more.
Now we're gonna go with
soul food too.
Now we're gonna go with Roland's wife, Lisa Ray. I know you feel about her, TK. I know that's your favorite.
Lisa Ray gets a 5, but she ain't really aging well right now.
Yeah,
you not aging well, nigga.
Hey,
I mean, what you mean? Like I don't.
Yeah. Sanaa Lathan is aging like she like fine wine.
Oh, I think I was thinking Lisa Ray said that. Aging like Pinky, is that you about to say? Aging like Pinky. Yeah, sorry. All right. Yeah, I get Lisa Ray a 5 too. Lisa Ray's bad as hell.
Lisa Ray bad as fuck.
Yes,
don't get me wrong. But I think what helped Lisa Ray out is, I mean, the first time we ever seen Lisa Ray was in the Players Club. So you just don't.
Hey, when we get to the Players Club, I got something to tell y'all. Y'all ain't gonna be ready for it. That I noticed that when we do that review, I got
her and the Bratter sisters.
No, not even that. But it's something else.
Oh.
Okay, so the movie ends with them saying, they're gonna be cool forever.
Mackin.
Hanging. So
did you know? Go ahead.
I was say there was an alternate ending that they were going to do. The director Rick Famuyiwa, how you say it, like he's African.
I like that.
He's African. Because this story is pretty much about his life, for real. If you don't know, like this is kind of about like the stuff he went through. So he revealed that Paramount executives wanted the character of Mike to pinch Alicia's butt in the end scene for added laughs.
No.
Yeah, he said, I'm not doing that, and he never shot that. Yeah, he wanted to pinch her butt one last time, and I was like, I'm glad.
Did you know where they came from the first time he pinched her butt to now, like at the end?
Yeah, that's that kind of thing. Yeah, that's what Paramount wanted him to do, and he was like, "Nah, I'm good."
I think the last ending of it was good because it was a pivotal scene in the middle where they was all talking about what they had to give up for each other or to keep it together, whatever. And that's when they was like, well, Alicia got in here and she also got in here, whatever. You ain't go with her. So I think it was pivotal from that scene for him to be the bigger man. And he see Roland was going with his girl because she had the better opportunity. So it was Mike saying, how cold is it back east, whatever. Like, how cold is New York? Ooh. And you see, like, she was waiting on him for that anyway. So that was really, but real talk, I hate to say this, but it's like, so I tell you, I got to reevaluate my hood movie list, whatever, like all that. This is number one for my hood. Like,
I told you it's the best. This is the best.
But I would have never considered this a hood movie. But at the same time,
this is a good black film. This might be the best black film.
I watched this with a girl, whatever. And I was like, it's my favorite movie and shit. And she told me that my favorite movie is a love movie. And I never looked at it like that, though. But it's a love
story. I didn't either. Like, I still don't see it as a love story. I see it
as a love story. When you think about it at the end, it is a love story. It's about Roland getting over his doubts and getting married with his girl. And it's about Mike still finding his first love when he found her. And then them still having that connection the whole time, pretty much.
So what's Slim's excuse?
Slim did you hear what Slim said at the end of this movie too though? He said, I can't even button my butt. I can't have you feel me?
Collar.
So Slim was the same in the whole movie, you feel me? Like, but it wasn't about Slim. Mike found love, Roland found love. And it's like it was a love story.
Here's the thing though, like, because we're gonna get to that. We might as well do it now, like redeemable characters. I think they all grew. I think like when it comes to learning something, like I'm gonna combine them, like because I always do the protagonist learn anything. I think they all learned something out of this, and they all were redeemed, in my opinion, because I think Roland, he redeemed himself because he was trying to be a pimp, and he said, "Listen, I'm about to settle down." That's his thing. Yeah, but because you see, even like the whole movie was set up because of the fact that he was too scared to do it. So
right.
So he grew as a character. Like I said, that's what I'm saying. The coming of age part of it, because the fact that he grew, and he's like, "Listen, I'm gonna get my shit together. I'm gonna marry this girl." He's like, "I love her. I'm gonna do the smart thing and be a man and do this." And you got Big Mike.
Got him the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah, but he was already gonna do it anyway. The dad was pissed, and you got Big Mike was the same way. He still had feelings, and he was like, it was just that thing where it was just never came to fruition.
Yeah, I mean that was them. Like, I don't know about that all love shit, whatever, but.
No, I'm saying like with the love thing, it just never worked like they wanted to, because you got to think, because they still weren't together at the end. Like until the very end.
Right, about to say, but
did she go to New York? She went to New York, right?
And he stayed back home.
Yeah, he stayed home. It wasn't like they went together or they stayed together.
Right, but he got into there and he just didn't go. I guess
he just didn't go. He didn't want to. Yeah, he didn't want to go. But hear me out. I think that was part of the nigga. I've been moving since I. Bro.
True. I can see that.
Yeah. Like he's been moving since he was a kid, and like was just like, and he was just cool with it. Like he was just cool with it, and I also think that Mike knew that Alicia would come back.
I don't think he knew. I think it was a surprise. This is one of the surprises.
I mean, like the wedding was a surprise, but the way how he was just so. If you ever like look at the movie. You know what I'm saying? Mike went from being the quiet, nonchalant kid to low-key being the leader.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I was like, he grew as a character because, like I said, when he came up, he was awkward as hell. He didn't know shit. He was clueless. And then now he's the one. Now he's the mediator now. Like he's the one that gets the friends to stop fighting, whatever it is. Like he's that guy now. He's the one to be able to do that.
Big Mike from the Wood.
And got a nickname for my ass whooping. Go ahead.
Big Mike from the Wood. But the ass whooping is really made him grow, because Stacy only whooped his ass because he was a blood. Like no. It
was because he was blood. He whooped his ass because he was touching his sister.
No. He was touching his sister, but like you said before I left, he was like he got punched, and now he like, what if Stacy would have got knocked out? You feel me? So he had to do it for the like, bro. I can't go back to the hood.
The other side, I was like, he probably would have killed him if that was
I can't go back to the hood with a black eye. Like, and Stacy respected him. He also respected him though, because he like when he sat in that car, he knew that Mike was a good dude.
Yeah. They had a little talk.
He knew Mike was a good dude. He definitely knew he was a good dude, especially because bro could have took that and he coughed and got the police distracted. He like, oh, this nigga, he might not be a cornball ass nigga. He might be good enough for my sister.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to the part. Who was the real villain?
Who's the real villain?
Yeah,
bro,
who's the real villain?
Slim.
Slim. Why you say Slim?
Because Slim, I wouldn't say it was jealous. I don't think it was jealousy, but I think he felt some type of way about both of them.
About both of them? I don't think he felt some kind of way about him, because when I said who the real villain is, I said Stacy. In my thing, I said Stacy is not the villain.
I don't think Stacy is.
Stacy did what any of us would have did for our sister.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like he's not the villain at all in this movie. So if anybody's thinking that he's not the villain, I think he was the one that helped him.
Slim, bro, you know this nigga.
I don't know who the villain will be in this movie.
Stacy was probably the best / worst wingman you could ever have. Is exactly what he was. He's the wingman that gets you where you need to be, but he'll whoop your ass. he had to whoop his ass to get him to do what to help him out. I would say the villain.
That nigga Slim.
No, you know what the villain of the movie is?
Who?
Big Mike's boner is the villain of this movie. Just thought about that. His boner was the movie.
I don't think so. I don't think so. And
I'm telling you, it's Slim.
Here's why.
It's Slim. He didn't even want to pick Roll up.
I think it's not his boner's fault because even when they was at the dance that last time, right? And he tried to be a gentleman. He said, "This is how we do it in North Carolina, right?"
He pushed it out.
He pushed her out, but she brought him back in. So when she felt it, when she brought him back in, she was like, "Oh." So I feel like that was always on her mind for one.
What touched her though? That damn boner. That boner is the villain.
And but the boner also got him her number. It got him in the house.
Alicia was.
It got him to have to go into her brother's room for her knowing where her brother kept the rubbers at.
Alicia.
I don't think his boner was the problem.
I
think Alicia might be the villain for real.
Alicia's definitely fucking.
I feel like Alicia might be the villain. Real talk. Alicia's the one that made Mike go to her brother's room.
Yeah.
To get condoms. Alicia's the one that got Mike's ass whooped the first time, right?
Yeah.
Alicia's the villain. Alicia's the villain.
Alicia had Mike so nervous to talk to her because Alicia was just Alicia.
Yeah.
I think Alicia.
Bro, the nigga went there. She went to New York with his ass.
And she left. Okay, so look, time out. If she got into schools in New York, she also got into schools in LA.
True.
She left, right? She wanted him to continuously chase her.
But wait.
He's on the subject.
I hear you. I hear you. But you on the But at the same time, though, what got him to touch her ass in the first place? That damn
No, okay. What got him to touch her ass in the first place? Rolling and Slim.
So Rolling and Slim are the real villain.
About to say, because real talk, he can't do nothing about his boner. He couldn't do nothing about that. So I don't think I will not blame that. I'll blame Alicia before I blame that. and 9 times out of 10, when did he get his boners?
From Alicia.
Around Alicia.
He was around Alicia. I'm just gonna say it. So every time.
And then we're gonna get to TK's favorite segment of the show. What's the most gangster shit of the movie?
The most gangster shit of the movie.
I already got mine. I'm gonna let
Go ahead, because I think yours might be the same as mine.
I think we might all. I don't know. Let me.
Yeah. I'll tell you, hey, the gangster shit in the movie is when he fucked on Alicia and he didn't tell the homies.
No, he told them.
He told him after. He told him after the bet. He said.
He told him after the bet.
Yeah. He didn't. You make it seem like he pulled a what you call a thin line between love and hate. He didn't do that, but he
bro. That's some. Listen, bro. For you to fuck your fantasy woman and not tell niggas until after your homeboy won, that's some gangster shit to me, bro. Because that tells me that she meant more than you did some fucking pussy pot.
Yeah.
That's some gangster shit, bro. Because at the end of the day, if you fuck a fantasy bitch, hey TK, hey Kenny, I just fucked the shit out of this, but then you gonna lie.
He said,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
What's my name? What's my name?
What's my name?
I know today if I fuck my fantasy bitch, I probably wouldn't tell y'all I fucked the shit out of her. I'm like, yeah, I hit. I hit.
Bro, I did a nigga like I was always, and I respect that TK because that's a real nigga. Because
I know if it's my fantasy woman, it's not gonna go like it's supposed to go.
And I just want you to know, bro.
It's the last thing I'm saying.
That's my gangster shit because he could have called and acted a fucking nut, but he waited and let the niggas that really wanted the pussy. Because Mike really didn't really want the pussy. Like he knew, he was like, eventually it's gonna happen. But like Rowan Slim,
no, he wanted it.
He wanted the pussy.
No. I mean,
he put $5 in the pot for it.
He was taking cold showers. Who took the pot?
Slim took it and ran with it, but we don't know who actually won it. We don't know who actually won the pot. Though.
Okay. So
they never specified that.
Mike really never. Mike won. Like we all wanted coochie when we were teenagers, but I'm not pressed to really have it.
If you're pouring ice cold water on your meat from a Kool-Aid jug, you're thirsty.
Hey, no, it's not. What's it, bro? That's just a part of your hormones, bro. That's the
same. To this day, I have never done.
Okay, but you beat your dick, right?
Hottest shit outside.
No homo. You spanked your monkey you spanked your monkey, right? When you were 10, you spanked your monkey. Okay, I didn't spank my monkey. I took cold showers. We all have our vices.
Sledge. Here's how you wrong. Here's what I'm gonna tell you why you wrong right now. Because after the rubber popped, he said, "We don't need it.
We don't need it. Listen, but no. Hear me out.
He's gonna go without it.
Hear me out. Because I've been in this fucking game a long time.
I'm gonna hold on. Wait, before you even get to that point. When he said that, Kenny, when he said we don't need that rubber, she knew she was gonna get pregnant right there that day.
Oh, bro, he was not lasting long.
He had to know because
the rubber on it still lasted 5 seconds. He had the rubber on.
He nutted in her in the rubber.
No, she said we don't need it. She said.
So imagine we had the rubber. It would have touched it. He would have nutted.
And that's why he nutted in her in the rubber. So he didn't even try to pull out. So
we didn't all been there before. Now it might not have been 5 seconds. We ain't going out like Willie Lump Lump. We ain't going out like Willie Lump Lump. But we done been there before. We be like, you ain't like.
Look, go watch the story time episode.
And you know what, Kitty? You are a real nigga for that. Listen, I done had it where like
I done wore some out, and I done got wore out.
Exactly. Yo, Big Mike was just the Wood is. You know why The Wood is a good movie? You know why? And I'm gonna get back on topic, but you know why The Wood is considered one of the best black movies? Because every nigga went through this shit. Every female went through this shit. Yeah. Everybody
that's why I like this movie. That's why I like this movie, and I think
that's why it's my favorite movie of all time.
It's relatable.
This is my favorite movie of all time. So it's like a hood movie, whatever. It's my favorite movie of all time.
We done been in predicaments where cuz or blood, and he
fuck that 5. I kept giving it 10.
We done been all 10. We done been in all these predicaments, bro. And
I got you.
Big Mike was a real nigga, bro, for what he did, and that's my gangster. He's the gangster nigga because he really could have called after he nutted in 2 seconds and said, "Hey, y'all,
what's my name?
Call on the landline. Call on the landline." So
he couldn't have called in 2 seconds from her house.
I'm gonna run home because I gotta get this information. I'm not.
Okay, there we go. That's better. You're not calling from her house.
No. I'm running home.
Well, look. Hold on. The problem was Alicia was smarter than they all knew because she said y'all probably bet on who will get the coochie first. He said who will get the booty first.
Well, it's not even about being smart. It was just like she knows them. She's cool with them.
She knows them.
She said that's the kind of niggas y'all are. Y'all the type of niggas that do that kind of shit. And she was like,
but she said, who will get the that's stupid.
That's stupid.
The heights
and got it that day.
Mike was not going to the heights that these niggas was going to try to get coochie.
Yes, he was.
He just wasn't with her.
No,
he respected her.
He was literally fingering a girl. He was fingering her.
Okay. So fingering is part of our teenage lifestyle. He said this. He said, I want to do something different. And she said no. Okay.
That wasn't part of my teenage lifestyle.
He left that shit alone. But this nigga Slim and Rowe, the nigga said, you let that nigga Tony hit. And I know like it's corny as fuck, bro. Don't ever go full retard, bro. You never go full retard.
No. Here's the thing about that. There's the thing about that though. When I say that, he was in the montage too, doing shit too. Like I said, he was.
No. I mean, I agree with you. We all were begging our own way. But come on, bro. There's a degree of begging here, bro. Like there's persistent, there's persistent, there's pressed, and there's thirsty. I'm gonna give Big Mike persistent and pressed. Rowan Slim is getting thirsty out the gate.
They all were thirsty. They literally all told me how horny they were. That's why they made the pot in the first place. They said, "Man, look, I don't know if I can go another minute without fucking."
Okay, but listen. But that's and this is why I like the Wood. Because all that is typical teenage shit. But to go to the heights where where she was like, "I told you stop touching me. That's nasty." Like Mike ain't do that.
Mike was
Mike
on that
ain't
same
do that,
shit
bro.
he was on the same.
I didn't see that in that movie. We're doing a hood movie review. This is we're going off of facts right now. We didn't see Mike do none of those heights. All he did was finger some pussy.
He was in that damn montage too, begging like everybody.
He said he asked the girl. He said, "I don't know. Maybe we should make love." She said, "First of all, I know you don't love me.
You don't love me." Okay, but okay. So how many times have we said something to a girl when we were teenagers and we said, and they be like, "Come on, nigga," like, "No, we ain't never said love." How many times have we tried to take it to the next level and she be like, "Nah, nigga, I ain't doing that." That's typical teenage shit.
No. It wasn't. I'm not on it. It's you're literally saying what you can to get some pussy for her, and I know. I peep. That's how she was.
Okay.
She was
okay.
like,
So have we all done that? Have we all done that? Have we all done that? Yes or no? Yes, we have. Okay. But have we ever?
I'm not saying I was never thirsty. I'm not saying I was never thirsty though.
Stop. I've been hey nigga.
I'm just not dumb enough to
tears of a motherfucking clown.
He's wild. He's wild. I just never got to the point where I've said you let Terry go. I'll be thinking it in my head. I'm like, damn.
Exactly. No. Kitty, hear me out. We've always said before we even did this review, we've always said that's the corniest shit you can do.
Oh no, yeah, but you wasn't in here. But I said that. I said that's the wildest shit to say to a female. Instead of saying you got Terry ball, I know better than that nigga.
Hey, that's the wildest shit, bro. Bro, that's corny.
That's things we think. That's things we think.
To say it is corny, but to think it is a thought.
It's not, no. You like that nigga win? You let that nigga win? That's how you feel. You let that nigga win? I know I look better than that nigga. You gotta let me do it. But that's not gonna persuade a girl to do that though. That's not gonna persuade a girl to fuck because you be like, oh yeah,
nah.
That's not gonna work. But in our heads, we're like, nigga, you let him. You might as well let me hit too. Like it's like that.
Right. And everybody has, like I told you, everybody has played the fool. But Mike never went to that foolishness to the point where he said, "You let that nigga Terry bone."
No, because even Roland ain't do that. Even Roland ain't do that. But that was just Slim's character. Slim is funny. Like he's just a wild nigga like that. That's just him.
Because if they could have went further, old girl was calling Terry that night. Like, so you telling motherfuckers we fucking?
Probably, or I don't know. You probably just dated him and everybody knew. Like, all right,
okay. Like that's just,
but I'm gonna say
that was just the gangster shit to me.
The most gangster shit to me was the fact that this nigga mid robbery was asking them, do they have a ride to the dance?
Hey, real talk. And look, I'm not gonna stop. My part was there too. Like my most gangster part was when he was mid robbery and he started thinking about the dances back in the day. He
motherfucking dances.
He wasn't focused on the task at hand, and that's how you knew that they wasn't there for no ill intent or to really hurt nobody. They were just there to get some rubbers and some shells.
They just wanted some rubbers and some shot and some blood.
You feel me? So it's like that was the most gangster. He said, "Boy, them motherfucking school days."
But listen,
crack me up.
But that's a gangster from a gangster nigga though. That Mike's not gangster.
I feel you, but I mean,
no, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you don't expect to get that from a gangster nigga though at that time.
But now, don't get me wrong though. What Stacey did, that was some gangster shit. Because you had a whole conversation, and then you said, "Hey, don't you fuck with me."
Right. And got back to the task at hand.
Here's the thing, though.
Can't tell that nigga he can't multitask.
He's the only gangster in the movie. He's the only gangster in the movie.
No, Kitty, no. But that is gangster because the nigga said, man, I can take, well, don't you fuck with me. Hey, man, won't you let me take y'all to the day?
no, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, not only do they know, so the person that's getting robbed know a nigga named Stacy's robbing them, and their sister goes to this school. Like, little sister go to school. Like, you telling all your business mid robbery. That's why I'm cracking. I was like, that's most gangster shit. You're telling all your business.
Because bro, don't forget though, Kenny. It was LA in the 80s. A lot of them niggas was getting robbed in the liquor store, bro. They just want to go home. They just want to make it go home.
These niggas Blood Central. These niggas was literally standing in front of the damn liquor store. Or no, liquor
he
store.
said, "Look at that, Big Mike." He said, "Carolina blue." He said, "I like that." He said, "You can't wear that hat in here though."
He said, "But it's light blue. It's light blue."
Light blue.
He said, "It don't matter the shade."
Yeah, nigga, it's still blue. He said, "What up?"
Off so quick. Like as soon as he said,
"What up, blood?"
What up, blood? But listen, no, that's how I know. Like that movie was real because you know, we get some of these movies about LA, and they'll be like, off rip niggas just want to check you because your color. But there were some niggas in their world that were reasonably like, these niggas aren't thugs, but I'm not gonna let this nigga overstep. Take that damn hat off. I'm not gonna kick your ass.
No, but it's not even limited to the gang members that ask you that, because Slim and Roland asked him that the first moment he got there. They said, "Are you cuz or blood?" They asked him that too. It don't matter.
I don't think they was really like.
No. I mean, but it's like
they just wanted to make sure.
But that's just the code, though. It's like, hey,
true.
You wearing that with like, what are you like? You cuz you Crip or blood? And like, I'm not either. You might want to chill out. That's all it is. It's kind of like a warning. It's like, hey, you might want to tone it down a little bit.
Because in any other movie that we would have seen hood film, if a nigga is wearing blue in a blood neighborhood, he getting beat on. But these niggas was like, "What up, blood?" And nigga took it off.
Well, sometimes it's not always that. It can just be like, "Hey," like because some people are like some gang members are understandable. They're gonna be like, "Listen, like, you don't want to take that shit off." Like it's as simple as that. They be like, "Hey, nigga, you know where you?" They be like, "You know where you at?" It's that kind of thing. You know where you at? Ah, yeah, nigga, you right. You right. It's kind of like that. You right.
Slim and Rowe had to ask him. He said, maybe we should wait. Maybe we should wait and they'll leave. And he looked at him with a straight face and said, "Nigga, you know where the fuck we at?" Yeah, you know where the fuck we at? Because I got to remind you sometimes.
Yeah. So what are we going to rate this movie?
Oh, that's a 5.
Normally, I give it a 5.
It's out of 5. So all these are out of 5. I'm going to say that.
It's out of 5? Okay. Oh. I'm going to still give it a 10. A 10.
Like, I wish I had more hands. Yeah, I get us a 5. Like, because like growing up watching this movie, I used to get this movie like I said like a 4.5, like 4.5. But watching it again, I'm just like, this is a good wholesome, like it's a hood movie, but it's a good wholesome movie at the same time. Because like you can watch this with your kids and be perfectly fine. Like this movie is a good movie. You got little lessons learned, all kind of stuff, and you get a lot out of this movie. You learn different stuff, all kind of stuff about the movie. So yeah, well, we're gonna end it right there. I'm gonna have my little end quote. Could have sworn I seen the light. Could have sworn I saw the light. A hand reaching out to me from the heavens. My mistake. It was his fist.